not following the 21-day fix guidelines for what I'm doing with my containers, but how I'm using the containers to help me fit into my macros of my food. Really enjoyed how my body felt when I was eating the foods that were listed on the food guidelines for the container. I didn't like how I was feeling when I was doing If It Fits Your Macros, where you could just kind of eat anything you want.
All right, guys, this is breakfast. It's 2 eggs, 1 Laughing Cow, 2 slices of gluten-free toast, some grapes, and a Gala apple.
Oh my God, I just went for a run and it's raining out. And I'm wearing this like really warm shirt, which is great. But then when you're running, your body is like producing, oh my God, you guys get it. Oh, it's hot. So anyway, I really have to pop on here to tell you guys that eating breakfast before cardio like changes everything. Like that was one of my best runs recently, and I'm definitely thinking it was like the perfectly timed breakfast right before. So 2 thumbs up for breakfast. Hey guys, today I'm really excited to be recording this video for you. It's like a blast from the past for me. I started this channel when I was a Beachbody coach, and I still am a coach, but I don't actively coach anymore. I still drink the Shakeology, but I work out in the gym. I don't do their workout programs anymore. And I really loved being a coach. I loved the accountability of being a coach. It's where I saw my biggest weight loss gains, I guess, or losses. The most weight I lost was when I was a Beachbody coach and right before I started coaching. I loved all the accountability. I really fell in love with the 21-day fix meal plan, but after the first round, I felt like I really couldn't stick with it. So I ventured on to other things, a bunch of other things. So mostly involving calorie counting, because really, whatever. All right, let's get back to it. So I lost most of my weight before I became a Beachbody coach, and when I was coaching others. I love the accountability piece of it. And most of all, I loved the 21-day fix. The portion containers it was probably the first time I really wasn't counting calories anymore, and I was counting something that was just more, I guess, feasible for me to do. 1,600 calories, sprinkled out a whole day. It was just like too much math for me. I hate numbers. My husband will laugh about that, but I really hate numbers. I can spell really well, but numbers are not my thing. And I think that that's been holding me back with the whole counting calories thing ever since I stopped coaching, started going to the gym, doing more cardio. My diet has kind of just fallen to the wayside and hasn't been a top priority. Now, anybody that's tried to lose weight knows that your diet is really the most important thing. Even I know this. So moving ahead, I've decided that I'm going back to my container system, and I'm excited to share with you guys how I am not following the 21-day fix guidelines for what I'm doing with my containers, but how I'm using the containers to help me fit into my macros of my food. So let me show you guys what I'm doing today.
So this is gonna be my meal plan. It's awesome if you are sick of counting calories and doing the whole MyFitnessPal thing, and you're familiar with the portion fix, that the 21-day fix's meal plan. This is what I'm doing. I converted my calories into containers, and at the top is all my containers for like the whole day. And this is how I divided them for my meals. So for breakfast, well, for example, each meal is 200 calories of carbs, 50 calories of fat, and 85 calories of protein, roughly. So every morning I'll have my eggs, my 2 pieces of toast, 2 containers of fruit, and a Laughing Cow. And then I'll have Shakeology and 2 servings of fruit. For lunch, I'll have 2 servings of yellow containers of potatoes, a salad, 4 ounces of meat of some sort. It can be chicken, lean ground turkey, lean ground beef, and then the dressing container. And then I'll have a double serving of fruit at some point during the day. And then for dinner, I'll have 1 of the servings of protein again, some sort of veggies, and then 2 servings of potatoes. Then at night, I also still have 2 servings of fruit left, but I'm considering changing those to a protein shake. We'll just kind of see how I feel, and I'm going to leave it open to, whatever I feel like doing. So if I feel like changing it in the next couple days, then I will, but this is just a rough estimate of how I'm starting. I wanted to share that with you guys. So this part's going to be all about how I use the portion containers from the 21 Day Fix to fit my macros into my day. So I'm not actually using the guide that tells me like how many containers to eat. I felt it wasn't realistic. Having 2 carbs a day was like not enough for me. And my coach, who I work with, like my personal trainer, wants me to actually have 60% carbs instead of, I think it's like 30 that they want you to have with the 21 Day Fix. So it wasn't realistic. I couldn't stick to it. It was really hard for me. So I'm going to modify this. So I'm counting the containers. How rude. I'm counting the containers, but I'm not counting the calories. I think the biggest problem with counting calories for me was logging into my FitnessPal and then knowing that I could have anything I wanted. And I think that's a little not enough restriction for me. Like, I really enjoyed how my body felt when I was eating the foods that were listed on the food guidelines for the containers. And I didn't like how I was feeling when I was doing If It Fits Your Macros, where you could just kind of eat anything you want. It wasn't restrictive enough for me. So I like the flexibility of being able to put any vegetable in this container and eat it whenever throughout the day. But this maybe 50 calories of vegetables can't be a Snickers bar. Okay, if that makes sense. It can't be a mini Snickers. And this, we're gonna call it 100 calories carbohydrate container, can't be a 100 calorie bag of chips. Okay, because who can really just eat a small 100 calorie bag of chips, right? You feel me? So this is going to be a piece of bread or something that's going to be more filling, that's on the 21 Day Fix listed for like foods, but it's still like I can eat it whenever I want throughout the day. So it's a little more restriction, but a little flexible for me. So we're gonna see how this goes, and I'm gonna take you through and tell you like how I figured out what 1,700 calories a day looks like in containers. Let me grab my sheet. Well, let's start with the yellow container, which is like my second favorite container. This one in the portion fix is actually for carbohydrates, more processed carbohydrates. So not fruits, not vegetables, like whole grains, rice, beans, bread, oats, those type of things. So when I went and figured out this is like 1 piece of bread, which is about 100 calories. So we're gonna call this a 100 calorie of carb container. That's kind of how I figured this out. Another one we needed to really figure out, this also counts in your carbs if you're doing, if it fits my macros, your fruit is a carb, it's got sugar in it, but it also has fiber. You're not gonna like binge eat on fruit. So this is better for me than saying, oh, you can have like 75 carbs. What are you gonna eat with that? It's, my FitnessPal it was stressing me out to try to figure that out. So instead, we figured that this is probably, and there probably is a guide online about this, but we figured that this is probably 50 calories of carbs. The green container is vegetables. If you fill this up with vegetables, you're probably having like 20 calories of vegetables. So we're not really going to be counting vegetables. I'm not gonna be restricting my green containers, but I'm going to be like trying to fit as many of them in as I can, like #goals, get a bunch of green containers in. So next we have the red container. This is a protein container, and it's 4 ounces of a lean meat or 2 eggs or 5 egg whites, but for calorie counting purposes, this is going to be our protein container, and it's going to be, we're gonna say between 100 and 120 calories of protein. So 4 ounces of beef, 4 ounces of chicken, it's gonna be about 100 to 120 calories. Obviously, this isn't gonna be exact, but that's what we figured. We also have our dressings container, and my favorite container, the little cheese container. So this can be avocados, this could be cheese, and we figured out that probably having one of these with one of these, if you have one of these and one of these, you're probably doing like, I don't know,
maybe 150 calories of fat. So saying I'm gonna have 1 cheese and 1 dressing a day is much easier than saying like, oh, I get 200 calories of fat. How am I going to spend those? You know, it's just too many choices. But knowing that there's a few things I can put in here, and a salad dressing is just a little more restrictive, and also tends for me to make healthier choices when it looks like that for me. So if you followed the 21-day fix, you're probably wondering like, where are the teaspoons? Where did you put those, Jenna? In my day, I have 250 calories of fat. So these macros are given to me by my personal trainer. So these macros are given to me by my trainer. It's 65% carbohydrates. See, numbers, God. 25% protein and 10% carbs. Does that equal 100? Math is hard. Yes, it does. Okay, so see, I cannot do all the protein, carbs, and fat. It's just like too much. So I'll show you guys this up close and show you kind of what my meal plan is gonna look like and how it can be flexible. But basically with these 2 containers, where I was going with that is that you can have, well, I can have 250 calories of fat with these 2 containers, plus like maybe a little bit of peanut butter or a little bit of cooking oil. So I'm gonna be monitoring that, but I'm not gonna be like, oh my God, you gotta be so strict. I'm gonna have 1 cheese / avocado / blue container that I'm gonna have my dressing, and then if I wanna have some peanut butter, I'm gonna have like a teaspoon of peanut butter. So basically the reason I'm doing this is so that I can fit healthier foods into my macros. So semi-restricting myself, but not all the way counting my macros like to the exact T, and I don't wanna log on to MyFitnessPal. I'm so sick of it. So that's basically why me and my husband kind of came up with this little plan for me, because you know, it's March and I really want to try to reach my goals. I'm kind of going in the wrong direction with my weight right now. I think I'm like 188 and I want to be like a 175, like down there. So we need to tighten up. It's time. And with my cardio plan, with my like small amount of weightlifting I'm doing, hopefully we can reach some goals. And I'm gonna take you guys along the journey with me. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up. You'll be seeing what I'm eating all day today. And if you want me to do more videos like this, please let me know, because I don't know what you guys wanna see. I don't have a ton of subscribers, so I really appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you in the next video.
I was chasing you.
Yes, he is.
I was just waiting for some meat to fall on the floor.
I'm pretty sure about that.
Yeah, and we got some lettuce wraps.